and this is the future of wedding and portrait photography. The Canon Eos R. This has become my favorite camera now. More than 12 years ago, I was hoping that one day digital cameras will become mirrorless. Why? Because mirror is antique now, it's been in the past. With new technologies, with digital, with beautiful screens, there's no need of a mirror in the camera, of course. In 2005, like I introduced, the first mirrorless camera. I think it was in conjunction with another company, and I bought one. In 2005, I bought the Leica M8, and I was so excited because this was the first mirrorless camera, compact, nothing had changed. The format, the shape was the same. Instead of rangefinder, it was mirrorless. And I played a lot with that camera, but I didn't use it as professional. It was not as good as my Canon DSLR. Nothing comes close to the menu system of Canon camera. And this is exactly, it feels like my 5D or my 1DX, as if nothing has changed. Last year, I was invited to test the full frame Canon Eos R. Since then, my life changed, guys. I started to enjoy it. Instead of holding the big camera and old technology and looking in the mirror and it looks very nice, but you don't see what you're photographing. This is the way I wanted it to be. I love the screen. I shoot away from my face. I just look on the edge to make sure my framing is right. And I am more communicating with my client. And early this year, I decided that's it. See you DSLR, rest in peace. I sold my EOS DSLRs and all my EF lenses. I know I can use with this, but I got rid of them. And now all my equipment, even with my stuff, it's the EOS R and it's brand new RF lenses. I love the EOS R, and I'm going to give you more information why I love this camera, why I replaced my DSLRs. I'm going to talk all about the advantages and also some disadvantages, which I hope will be fixed in the near future. The new RF lenses are one of the most amazing lenses I've ever used for a long time. These lenses are amazing. It reminds me of the Zeiss lenses of the medium format film cameras, like the Rolex and the Hasselblads. It feels exactly the same. It's soft, it's contrasty, it's just beautiful. It just sparkles, the pictures sparkle. Plus, it works amazing with the EOS R. So this was the reason, no second thought. I decided get rid of all my other EF lenses, move on. The RF lens is where I went. I have few RF lenses and I'm waiting for new ones to be released. I love the RF control ring at the front of the lens. It's this part here. I can set this for exposure control. I have set mine as ISO control because a few years ago I decided no, I don't want to use any more aperture speed continuously changing. I changed my ISO instead. It's amazing how that works. At the moment, my favorite RF lenses are the RF24-105 f4 LIS lens, the RF 35mm f1.8 macro. This is such a beautiful small lens. All the RF lenses that I've used or I've tested are super sharp and super fast. They're amazing. These are Canon's secret toward the mirrorless is their lenses. I can't wait to see more of those. The EOS R cameras are also 100% compatible with the EF, the past EF lenses. So if you have old Canon lenses, you can fit with an adapter on the camera and it works like it used to. In my opinion, with the new 1.4 firmware upgrade, Canon EOS R is the best autofocus camera. Yes, I've tested it, compared it, and I believe that's fast. That's amazing, guys. Believe me, especially with the new upgrade eye detection autofocus. It is amazing. The EOS R has one of the highest number of autofocus points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, it's 5,655 manually selectable, and it covers 88% of the horizontal and 100% of vertical when using RF lenses. So amazing. I can easily select where I would like to focus by simply touching and dragging the focusing area on the LCD. I am very happy that Canon replaced the joystick. Who needs a joystick? That's antique. With touch screen, it is as easy as using a mobile phone. This is a big advancement. The low light focusing is amazing and fast. And for the videographer, the dual pixel CMOS autofocus, in my opinion, is the best available. Nothing comes close to it. I shoot manual, which is the M for master. Oh, it's okay. I use M setting. So I use aperture in between f1.2 to f5.6 on average. And my average f setting is f4. The shutter, I use 60th of a second to 250th of a second. The EOS R has amazing ISO sensitivity from 100 to 40,000. I usually use in between 100 and 6,400. That's perfect. There's no noise. It's so beautiful and so crispy. This is more than I need for wedding and portrait shoot. EOS R has full frame CMOS sensor with approximately 30.3 megapixel, which is about the same as the EOS 5D Mark IV. So I'm happy, Canon, you did a great job. I really don't need anything bigger than that. For my type of business, weddings, portraits, even fashion, that's more than enough. The bigger I have, the slower it's gonna go. So that's great. Camera manufacturers, stick to that size, make the files better. But, what about the one card slot? So what's the solution? I bought some external hard drives, which I can load instantly after the shoot. But the most important thing, I bought the most expensive, the most reliable, the hardest card in the market. And when I started digital, there was only one card. None of us asked where the second card slot. We went and shot. We used those cameras. In those days, the card readers or the card itself was not that good. So thinking about all this, I said, no, I'm going to use this camera because I love it. I shot over 40 weddings. I shot a lot of portraits. I shot fashion. One of my camera has done 200,000 shutter releases and the camera is still going strong. I tried to find some solutions for the backup other than using my hard drive, external hard drive. And I discovered something which is quite good. Actually, it is very good. I said, okay, I have good cards. I will use it for 6 months and get new cards. But if something happens, I need a backup. I still believe I need a backup. There's one function that I worked out, the Wi-Fi connection with my smartphone. Canon has this amazing app, Camera Connect app. All I do is start sharing on my smartphone. So turn my smartphone and this is what I do. I turn on the smartphone, I say share, and every time I click the shutter, my camera sends a lower JPEG file to my smartphone. And my smartphone continuously saves the image. This is magic. And I think this might be the future. Once Wi-Fi goes faster, this is how we're going to save our files outside the camera, because 2 cards also can be corrupted. Who said that it doesn't happen? It will happen. So that's not the solution. Let's think about the future. The EOS R body is made with magnesium alloy. So it feels solid, it really feels tough, and it's not plasticky. I compose my image. Yep, there it is. It's perfect. Oh, they're walking towards me. Click, click. Don't forget, there's thousands of focusing points. So by touching the screen, I focus on the subject exactly where I want. The camera reacts fast, the lens does its job, and I capture. I can even shutter release by touching the screen. And the best thing about this EOS R is also the touch screen for setting up everything. You don't need any buttons there. Just change every setting through the touch screen and it interacts with you very fast. This camera shoots 8 frames per second. Second is 1, 1, 1, 8 frames in, before I say more than a second, 1 second, 1 second. It shoots 8 frames per second. That's more than enough. I don't want a machine gun. That's more than enough. It does the job. It shoots also up to 5 frames per second with servo autofocus, which is more than what I need for my shoot. My shoot is people, weddings, portraits, even fashion shoot. That's more than enough. With the addition of the battery grip, this is important part, this beautiful thing. It gives me more battery power. So 2 batteries in the grip, I managed to photograph a full wedding with approximately 4,000 raw files, which is excellent. I also shoot JPEG at the same time. Electronic viewfinder is bright, sharp and colorful with plenty of information. I use the viewfinder when it's a bright day and it looks amazing. You can see all the details. You don't need to worry to cover up. When you turn the camera off and you take the lens off, there's a protective shutter that comes in front of the sensor and closes it before you change the lens. This is great because it stops dust coming into your sensor. I've used this camera more than a year and I have never had dust problem. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope I convinced you to go and buy this camera. If you have any question, please ask me and I'll be happy to answer. The next video I will have on the Canon Eos R will be on how I set up my camera. Please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it's the new one, Yervant.Tech. In the future, I will have more reviews, how I shoot, how I Photoshop, what I listen, and much more. Thanks for being there. Yep.